Alright, so I can't date while living in parents' house. In fact, I don't want to date living in parents' house. Nuh-uh. Now, the current pair of parents I'm living with is my modern parents. Those are the current pair of parents I'm living with. Even back then with my childhood parents, I still didn't want to date. I mean, I didn't want to publicly date. That's the thing. I don't even want to. I don't want. Okay. I didn't want to publicly date back in my childhood family, and I sure as ever don't want to publicly date even with my modern family. My biological family, I think I don't want to publicly date or privately date. Now, as far as now, I don't want to privately date. This book bag is restricting me, heavy and everything. I can do Uber Eats right now if I wanted to, but yeah, I need to edit some videos and get caught up. I just uploaded my Six Flags over Georgia day 30 vlog, which I recorded back in December 17, 2023. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, right now I'm not dating. I am not dating. I even can't date right now. It's not like my modern parents are preventing me to date. No, you can't date. No, if anything, they're doing the opposite. They want me to date right now, as a matter of fact. But I'm personally choosing not to. This is where the can't date is coming into play. I don't like the fact people of my modern family is all up in my dating business. I already explained that enough, that I do not like any of my variant families being up in my dating business. The problem I have with publicly dating, basically my modern family knowing I'm dating, is I don't feel like having to introduce my girlfriend or whatever to my modern parents and to my modern family and stuff like that. Oh, who's your girlfriend, Ray? I would like to meet her. And the problem is not necessarily them knowing, it's about how they respond and how they think I should treat her and stuff like that. What are you doing with your girl right now? And another thing, when I came back from Dunkin' Donuts or whatever, they seen I had like a bunch of stuff lying up near my area, my little corner I sleep in the living room. They was like, where are you going, Ray? Obviously, I don't want to tell them where I'm going. The problem with me not telling them where I'm going, they think I'm going to a female's. Because one time, I think like a year and a half ago, maybe two years ago, maybe one of them, I was out the house. I was out the house for too long. Next year, as soon as I come out, they was like, where you was at a girl's house? Obviously, no, I was not. And then another thing, when I cut my hair, it's been over a year since I last cut my hair. I need to cut this hair. They was like, one of my modern parents was like, oh, you look so handsome. You cut your hair, and gave me a hug and stuff like that. Like, you got a date? No, I don't have a date. I am not sitting here dating while living in my parents' house. Fresh and fit. It says fresh and fit, this truck. I want to zoom in, but this truck said fresh and fit. But I'm not sitting here dating while I'm living in my parents' house, my modern parents' house. Especially this alternative parents, my modern parents. With the way how they are, they're not even married yet. They're only engaged. Technically, this entire time, they was the incomplete parents. I'm supposed to be calling them incomplete parents. But the reason why I decided not to call them incomplete, because it's a little offensive. So I decided to go for pre-modern, but I forgot that I'm not supposed to be calling them. I forgot to call them pre-modern. So I've been calling them modern parents this entire time. But I'm gonna have to create a new name if, this current modern pair of parents, this current pair of parents don't work out. Then I have to create something new. I don't know. Create something new. The best thing I can think of is my 2021 modern parents. That's the best thing I can think of. And if they don't work, then I don't know, 2028 modern parents. I don't know. Yeah, that's the best way I can think of. Anyways, like I don't want to tell people. I don't want to tell my modern parents, my modern family for that matter, where I'm going and stuff like that. Like I said, they literally asked me, "Where are you going now?" I didn't want to tell them. I just told them I just came from somewhere, but I do got to go back out so I can get my bike or whatever. But I didn't tell them why. because I wanted to record these videos, and I don't want to tell them that. I don't want to tell them that, obviously. I don't like telling them where I'm going. Because if let's just say I was dating right now. Let's just say I was dating right now, seeing a girl, getting dates or whatever. There's a possibility they're going to be thinking I'm being a whore, a man whore, getting some finally, and then they ready to have some more life advice that I didn't ask for. Oh, he Ray going on all these dates? What's wrong? What's wrong with Ray? He can't seem to settle down with the female. And that's the thing. If I was dating in the house, they're going to have all kinds of things that I think that I should and should not be doing. And they're going to want to know everything. I mean, I get that if your parents and stuff like that, especially if you are a biological parent, I get that, but at the same time, I don't want to tell you everything what's going on in my dating life. Oh, he's hiding something. Ray is having sex. He's losing his virginity. He's getting loose again. Oh, whatever. Next you know, some more life advice. Oh, you don't want to be sleeping around with a whole bunch of women. It's spiritual. That's a bunch of spirituals. I already know all that, okay? And another thing is, one of my modern parents, they was like, Ray, once you start dating, once you see with females and stuff like that, make sure you wear this cologne and stuff like that. I'm not trying to do all that. I'm not trying to listen to all that. I understand what it is I need to do for dating, but I'm not going to sit there and date while I'm in my parents' house, especially variant alternative parents, especially. I'm not going to do all that. The problem is the peer pressure. What I should and shouldn't be doing. And judging my female if I really liked her. If I actually do have a girlfriend or whatever, and let's just say, and we're actually starting to get serious, like fiance, like wife maybe, I don't want to introduce her to them. And that's going to be a problem with her and her family. Because I don't want her meeting my family. I'm already not inviting none of my families to my wedding. Because my whole entire family, every side of my family is toxic as ever. So yeah, I don't know what else I was about to say. But childhood family, like for example, when I got with my unofficial ex, when she asked me or whatever, I wasn't trying to tell nobody. The only reason why I told my childhood mother that I had a girlfriend is because my unofficial ex, she told one of my immediate childhood siblings. So I thought my immediate childhood siblings was going to tell the entire family. So I decided to spill the beans myself. I was like, oh yeah, I also have a girlfriend too, and she's black too. And then they was all happy and stuff like that, trying to get all up in my business or whatever, trying to have me dress better and stuff like that. And I was being a simp, taking every single advice they had, especially from females. That's the thing. I didn't want nobody knowing that I was dating that girl back in high school. I wanted to keep that relationship a secret, not because I'm doing sneaky stuff like, sleeping around with her or whatever. The thing is, I didn't want to tell everybody what I'm doing, especially my childhood father. He was all up in my business, calling me a Mickey Mouse boyfriend and everything, just because. I mean, I get it now. I get it now, because in a sense, I was being a little bit of a simp. Okay, I'll give him that. But at the same time, that's the thing. My childhood father, he really expected me to be all this swagger person, being real. I don't know. You know what I'm trying to say? Make her be real super feminine or whatever, which I do want a feminine woman, don't get me wrong, a feminine submissive woman, but at the same time, we were kids. That's the thing. We were 16 years old. We both were 16 years old. I'm older than her by 2 weeks, I believe. 2 weeks, I believe. Yeah, but my childhood father was all up in my relationship. What are you doing? What are you doing with this girl? Are you masturbating yourself? Obviously, at the time I was practicing in fapping and stuff. That's kind of like the peak. I wasn't, not the peak, but the early days of me being fapping. I wasn't fapping to that girl. If anything, I'm not trying to expose too much or whatever. The point is, I was not doing that stuff. I was not fapping to that girl. But considering I was fapping at the time, back when I was 16, and I was fapping while I had, I was with my unofficial ex. I wasn't fapping to her, thinking about her. I wasn't thinking about other women. I was just fapping just to fap. Because back then, when I was a teenager, I was fapping for the pleasure, not out of lust at other women. I was doing it for the fun of it. Okay, because this is something that's so new. I was like, oh wow, because I remember my first nut. I'm not gonna explain too much about that. I did it not because I seen some pretty female, some sexy female, because at the time I didn't understand the difference between sexy and pretty. I didn't understand the difference at the time, but I wasn't fapping out of because a female or a classmate or whatever was sexy. It's more, and not because she was pretty. I was just doing it because I was curious with my own body. I wanted to do whatever, have fun. That was the whole point. Okay, anyway, so I'm sidetracked, but what battery is it? 26%. I only fapped for fun, okay? And conveniently, I was fapping for fun while I was in a relationship with my unofficial ex back at the time. And then when my childhood father asked, are you masturbating yourself to her? I was like, no, he was like, are you masturbating yourself? And I was like, I've done it before. I was thinking like I've done it in the past. That's for sure. I wasn't referring to recent. I was referring to the past, like a year ago. Yes, I've done it before. Like, yeah, something like that. But he was thinking, oh, you better stop that, sinning against God and stuff like that. So yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he thought I was, fapping to her. When in reality, no, that wasn't the case. I was fapping just for the fun of it. I know I just exposed a lot about myself, but there's that stuff. But you see, my childhood father interfered in my relationship with my unofficial ex so much. He really did. Calling me a Mickey Mouse boyfriend and stuff like that. Saying, oh, what you doing with this girl? What you doing? And everything. A lot of judgmental stuff. Saying, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And then on top of it, obviously, my childhood mother was very excited about the idea, especially with her being black on top of that. She wanted me to basically, I don't know, be romantic. Basically, she was the one who was trying to make me like a beta simple, whatever. Hey, give her flowers and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, I was gonna do all that myself or whatever. I wanted to figure out everything on myself. I didn't want it. I didn't ask for all that advice. I didn't ask for all that, but the thing is, I was a kid, and I was, very weak and whatever, and trying to stand up for myself or whatever. So I ended up, feeling convicted, obviously, especially if they wanted to get biblical and religious and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, I do appreciate what my childhood father did back in the day, to help me, break up with her. But I have my own personal reason to why I wanted to break up with her, because it was too much peer pressure from my childhood family. Everybody was, and how's your girlfriend, this, that. I don't want to always, I mean, I get that, that's fine, but at the same time, how's your girlfriend? Are you doing this? Are you doing that? What is she doing? When they're all gonna see each other again? It was just a bunch of that, So I felt like my childhood family was a huge burden on me while I was dating my unofficial ex. So thankfully, I had enough guts, to break up, with my unofficial ex. But it would have probably lasted longer if my childhood father didn't interfere in it, saying, you better break up with this girl, her family don't like you. Her parents don't like you, and stuff like that. I mean, I appreciate him, but at the same time, no, I don't. Yeah. That's pretty much it. I don't know what to say. But as far as now, my modern parents, I'm not saying as soon as I move out of my modern parents' house that I'm going to start dating. But at the same time, I kind of am. But if I'm going to date and stuff like that, I'm going to be moving. I want to move far away. Because I don't feel like dealing like, what you're doing, Ray? How's your girlfriend? And stuff like, I mean, if they asking how she doing, that's fine. Are you taking her out on dates and stuff like that? That's none of your business. That's the thing. My modern parents, they have a huge, especially considering my standards. I said I want a Christian virgin woman and stuff like that. And I want her to be white and, all that stuff. I want to be feminine, submissive, and all that stuff. They don't like the fact they don't like my standards. My modern parents and modern family do not like my standards. They don't like my standards. So even if I was to lower my standards, all it's gonna be is 2016 relationship again, 2.0. That's all it's gonna be, 2016 relationship 2.0. That's all what it's gonna be. Oh, Ray, what you doing? Oh, Ray, what you doing? Oh, Ray, how's you doing? Oh, Ray, she not all of that. So, what's up, Ray? Getting bitches. It's just gonna be one of those and stuff again. And I don't, that's the thing. I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. So, because of all their constant peer pressure and what they thinking I should and should not be doing with my girlfriend or whatever, how I should be romancing her and stuff like that, and wondering what I'm doing if I'm fornicating and stuff like that, which I already know that's what they're gonna be thinking, considering especially me being young or whatever. That's the first thing they're gonna be thinking about. Look, I can't stop their thoughts. Okay, no problem. But at the same time, I don't feel like being interrogated again, especially what it is I'm doing with my girlfriend. That's none of your business. It's supposed to be private. Now, I could just privately date, but I'm not going to sit there and keep going out the house. Where you going, Ray? And you know how I feel. I don't like telling people where I'm going and stuff like that. I mean, my modern parents already know that I go to the gym, but they don't know specifically when, because I don't tell them everything. They already just wondering where I'm going right now. And then, as soon as I get back in the house, they're going to be wondering, why was you out so late? Why was you out so late? So, yeah, I just dropped my Subway sandwich and, you know, all the drinks, and that was pretty much it. I bumped up 24-something%. Yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta say. Like I said, I could privately date now, but I'm not gonna do that. Why are you dressing up, Ray? I could like not do this in front of them, but at the same time, I gotta be convenient, and it takes time to dress myself or whatever. Even if I wanted to dress up or whatever for dates and stuff like that, they're gonna know. They're gonna know I'm sitting there dating, even if I privately date. But I'm not gonna do that, because I don't feel like going through the stress of having to explain where I'm going every single day. Oh, Ray, he going to a girl's house. Oh, Ray is fucking. Nah. So, and I know that's what they're gonna be thinking as soon as I move out of the house. Oh, Ray bringing girls over to the house. Ray's bringing girls over to the house. He hanging out with her, fucking her or whatever. That's the thing. The thing is, the expectation is they think that I should be sleeping around by now. I should have been sleeping around. I should have had many girlfriends by now. You should have been dating a long time ago. That's what one of my 2021 post-childhood parents told to me. You should have been dating a long time ago. Like, fuck that. That's all I gotta say. Thanks for watching. I'm pretty sure you all can relate to it. You just don't want family in your business. Family in your dating business. That's all. It's none of your business. That's all it boils down to. The thing is, I'm too vulnerable. I'm too impressionable. I'm too up on people's advice and stuff like that. So yeah. Because I'm thinking I'm doing something wrong, and I need to start listening to people all the time. That's it. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.